afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
I would like to take this time out to welcome all of you to the first ever edition of the Catalyst Address, hosted by SPARKPLUGS LIMITED, powered by NAGALAND POLICE. I am Director Shokriya. I am the CEO of SPARKPLUGS Limited. Before we move ahead, let me say a little something about the Catalyst Address. The Catalyst Address is a series of lecture seminars designed for young minds to educate, motivate, and inspire them. The Catalyst Address is more than just a talk. It is a clarion call to ignite purpose, resilience, leadership, and civic consciousness among students. This unique session blends motivational storytelling, real-world insights, and character-building themes to help shape the next generation of responsible, inspired citizens. About the event, the Catalyst is designed to ignite bold conversations around leadership, resilience, and innovation among the youth. The event aims to unite changemakers, students, and civic leaders under one inspiring platform. Well, today's guest is someone who has one of the most impressive resumes I have ever come across. To mention some of his achievements, he was Undersecretary Consular Ministry of External Affairs, New Delhi, the Additional Commissioner, Central Zone, Lucknow, Deputy Secretary Analysis, Cabinet Secretary, New Delhi, the Commissioner, Southwest Zone, Cabinet Secretariat, Mumbai, the Assistant Director, Interpol at CBI, and the UN Peacekeeping Mission to Bosnia, to name but a few. And now introducing on stage the man who was awarded the Indian Police Meritorious Award in 2012 and the Indian Police Distinguished Service Medal in 2024, the current Director General of Police himself, the one, and I assure you, the only, Mr. Rupin Sharma. But before he takes his time, sir, I would like to give you a little memento of appreciation. It's most of them.
I have been in Nagaland for many years now. I will share some of my experiences from my life over the last 58 years. Some things which are good about Nagaland, certain things which are good about other places. And I hope that not all of you, maybe, but some of you will take some lessons home to become better children and better citizens of the country in the future. I'll give you a brief of my journey in life. I am the eldest of 4 brothers and sisters. My father is a retired IAS officer. My mother is a retired college professor. My father is from Haryana. My mother is from Punjab. My father got Himachal cadre. I was born and brought up in Himachal, and so were my brothers and sisters. I studied in Himachal, did my matriculation from Catholic schools. Then I did my graduation in botany, zoology and chemistry. Then I did MBA. Till MBA, I did all my schooling and education from Himachal. Then I was preparing for the civil services, and I took admission in the Punjab University in Patiala in Punjab. Those days when I was in Patiala, those were the worst days of terrorism in Punjab. the worst days of terrorism in Punjab. Every day we will see violence, every day we will see killings of people. When I was in Patiala, at that time I got selected in civil services and I was allocated the Nagaland cadre. So my story till the time I come to Nagaland is not very different from most of your stories. Okay, you are young, but till my graduation or till my MBA, I did not venture out of Himachal. So most of you, even though you are in say class 10 or whatever, you would probably never have gone out of Nagaland. Most of you would not have gone out of Nagaland. Yes, you may have gone for 1 or 2 days, 3 days, maybe Guwahati or somewhere, but you would not have gone out of Nagaland. I can tell you that if you can continue to stay in your own villages or your own home districts or in your home state, which in your case is Nagaland, in my case it was Himachal, you will be losers in life. You will not learn a lot of things which you can learn if you interact with people from outside. When you meet people from outside, when you meet people from other cultures, other religions, other societies, other parts of the country, other parts of the world. Okay? So, do not be afraid to travel, either for personal work or for studies, or later on for your jobs. Okay? If you feel that you will not travel, you will lose in life. You will not learn a lot of things which you can learn if you travel. This is my personal experience. I have gained a lot. As I said, I am the eldest of 4 brothers and sisters. All of us are very well placed, all 4 brothers and sisters. My younger brother is a High Court judge in Himachal. One of my sisters, she is in Canada, she is a barrister. One of my sisters, she is a college lecturer. I am not saying anything against them, but when I compare my thinking with them, there is a large difference in how I think and how they think. And it is all because of the interaction that you have with different types of people. Okay. When you meet, although I've been educated in Christian schools, Catholic schools, public schools, but then you are just interacting with your brothers and sisters, in the sense, Catholic brothers and sisters in the colleges. Right. The only thing about Christianity you know is about the church and going to the chapel once in a week or something, and during Christmas you have the Christmas chutti and all, and Easter holidays, Good Friday, and our Father in Heaven every morning. Okay, this is the only thing that you know. Right. The prayers. Only when I went out of Himachal and I started interacting with people out of Himachal, first time it was in Punjab, during the worst days of terrorism, that I realized everybody is not the same. There are people different from us, there are people of a different religion, people who have different values, people who think differently, people who behave differently, people who will think differently to the same situation like you. Okay, and then I was allocated Nagaland cadre. When I came to Nagaland, right from say being amidst 98% Hindus in Himachal to 50% of Sikhs and 50% of Hindus in Punjab to 95% of Christians in Nagaland, you see the difference of the journey, you see the difference in exposure that you have. People behave differently. Okay. When I came to Nagaland, although I had interacted with some tribals, okay, but that was my first interaction that I started having with tribals. In Nagaland, Christians but tribals, or tribals but Christians. Either way you can put it. There is a difference, but the difference is very vast. If you think Christians and tribals, then Christianity comes first. But if you think tribals and Christians and tribals, tribalism comes first. Okay. So this is how you see things. Now, initially it took us some time, it took me some time to understand how the society works, how the society functions, how this society in Nagaland is different from the society in, say, Punjab or in Himachal. But then you can also see the similarities among various people, between people from Himachal and Punjab and from Nagaland and from other parts of the country. There are a lot of similarities. There are differences and there are similarities. Similarities are there and we should cherish the similarities because similarities bring us all together. Okay? We know all of us are the same. We are all flesh and blood. We are all made up of water. Okay? But the dissimilarities are the ones which should unite us. Dissimilarity does not mean that the other person is my enemy. Dissimilarity, if you acknowledge dissimilarity, it is a method of acknowledging the presence of the other person, the value of the other person, the thinking process of the other person. You know, someone can think differently than me, someone can behave differently than me. Okay? So these are important things. Now in Nagaland, despite being small, both these things, the similarities and dissimilarities, are very important. Similarities because all of us can say, start from say we are all human beings to all of us can say that we are all from Asia to all of us are part of India to all of us are a part of Northeast and all of us are part of Nagaland. Okay. The dissimilarity, we are from this village, we are from this range, we are from this tribe, we are studying in this school, we are studying in that school. Okay. But when you look at it, there are common things. When you start acknowledging that people can be different, even in this room there are nobody who looks similar to others. Okay. So the dissimilarities actually are the rule of the nature. Similarities are something that we try to find among people. You understand what I am saying? Okay. We are all different. Do you think any one of us looks the same to others? No one. So dissimilarity is the rule of nature. Similarity is something which we try to invent. Class 8 class 8. We are different, but still we are in class 8. Okay. Today we are all in PHQ in this conference. All this is similar because we are all in this place. So we are inventing this similarity. Others, every one of us is different, but we are inventing a similarity. Why do we invent similarity? To have an orderly way of life in society, for societies to coexist. Okay, so we invent all these things to remain together. Otherwise, if you think that I am different from him, he is different from him, we start killing each other every day, start fighting with each other every day over everything. So we invent similarities, but we are primarily dissimilar. But the lesson is that the similarities keep us together. Okay. The lower the similarity, the more divisive it is. Okay. The lower the similarity, the more divisive it is. For example, in my hand, 5 fingers, lowest in my body, all fingers are different, all your fingers are different, but then we will say, similarity. You know, similarity will bring all of us together. Dissimilarity is different, and at the lowest level, the differences are too many. If you start counting how many differences we have among all the people here, we will never even finish the day. We will never finish our life. Our life will get finished, we will not have answers. There are so many stark dissimilarities. But when we say, what is common? Common, all of us are human beings. Yes, one word brings us all together. Okay, so it is very important to realize these things, that similarities bring us together, but dissimilarities cannot be written off. Now, in case of Nagaland, we have so many villages, everywhere we have villages, we have so many ranges and tribes, and every village is different, maybe every tribe has a different language. Some of the tribes in the same tribe, they have 2, 3, 4 dialects. Okay, we have different dialects. Those are all dividing us. All those things divide us. What brings all of us together? district in Nagaland, if you say house, you are divided amongst villages or families, then maybe villages, then your khel, then your clan, okay, then your ages. They are all getting divided. So what is uniting all house? Maybe the dialects, the languages that you speak, maybe one or two dialects, and the word "ao," which brings all house together. Okay, so this is how the society forms. At the lower level, there are dissimilarities. Even in the same family of 4 to 5 people, there will be dissimilarities. Okay, everybody in a family, you're all children, I have children, slightly bigger than you, older than you. In our family of 4, my wife, me, and 2 daughters, on a lot of issues, we do not have the same thought. We think differently. But we stay together because we are a family. Okay, so start acknowledging the diversity and dissimilarities in people and acknowledging people like they are. Everybody is not our enemy. They may not be our friend, but everybody is not our enemy also. Okay, when we start on a basic presumption in our mind, like everybody will be Bihar. Okay, all Pakistanis are Bihar, and Pakistani Bihar no they. All Pakistanis are not bad. Okay, individuals among Pakistani will be bad, just like individuals among Hindus or Christians or Nagas or Sharma family will be different or bad. Okay, when we start with a presumption against people, it is called a stereotype. We stereotype people, which means we put people in different baskets. ना कोई तो एक नागा गनावी का ऐसे ना हाउ इनेगा नागा बहुत सारे इनेगा ताई चलाक इनेगा वाला एक गनावी so that is stereotyping. People from the rest of India, I mean, I'm giving you this small tip in life, okay? People from the rest of India will call everybody from northeast chinkies. From us, everybody from Punjab we call Punjabis. Everybody from South India we call Tamil. Now Mallu, if you are stereotyping us, it is the same as calling people chinkies. It is a method of putting everybody, giving an identity to a group of people. It is not necessarily good or bad. It is how we perceive it. It is how you say it. It is how you mean it, not the word that you are using. All Pakistanis are bad. I have been abroad. I have some of the best friends that we have had sometimes in life have been Pakistanis. I will give you an example of this. And this is a comparison between Indians and Pakistanis. And also that you cannot say that any group of person is good or bad. There will be good people and bad people. The same person who is bad may also be good in something. More things that I just wanted to share. One is, I don't want to comment on the education system in Nagaland. Okay, please do not think that I am commenting on the education system in Nagaland. I have gone through a similar system which we have in Nagaland, where in teaching it is a one-way dialogue. It's a one-way communication from the teacher to the students. There is hardly a two-way dialogue between the students to the teachers. I have gone through it myself. I have faced problems myself because I would ask questions. Okay? And I think this is nothing right or wrong, but it is a reflection of how a society evolves. What I was going through 40 years back in school, schools in Nagaland are going through the same process now. If you ask a question, your teacher is more likely to scold you in class. Okay, I think this is the thing which means that from your childhood, from your schools, you are inhibited from speaking. You think that speaking out is wrong. Expressing your views or questioning anything is wrong. Okay. Yes, children are naughty, we were naughty, you will also be naughty. Well, I was, sometimes I was, what should I say, nasty and naughty. Nasty not by fighting, but there are some nonsense questions where the teacher will have no answers. There are no answers, and you say, "Kya bol raha hai?" And then they will say, "Class se bahar nikal jao." We don't come for 2-3 days. It used to happen. Yeah. But when you ask questions which someone cannot answer, it also shows that you have something going on here, which is different. I'll give you a small example. I was in first year of college and physics class, and you were too young, you probably not know this concept. Even I have forgotten, but I'll just give you what it said. So you were being taught gravity, and say from gravity, if a rocket has to go into the space, what are the conditions? Okay. I'm forgetting what was the name of the term. So he was saying, so the basic concept is, for anything to go into space, the mass of the object is not relevant. Okay, the mass of the object is not relevant. So teacher some velocity it is called, I'm forgetting the word. So for a rocket to go into the space, the weight of the payload, what it is going to carry, is not relevant. It is just the velocity which is important to escape from Earth's gravity. So I was talking to 2-3 of my friends, and the teacher noticed, what is happening? I said, no sir, nothing sir. No, something is going on in my head, but when he asked, I said, no sir, no. If you have any questions, you please ask. Ask I said, sir, what will happen if the mass of the object which a rocket is going to carry is equal to the mass of the Earth? Okay, so he had no answer. He was like, go on. But you think if it is a relevant question or not, it may be irrelevant, but it just shows that something is going on in his head which needs an answer. So there are so many things. Like another incident was like, I think in 9-10 you may be also going through in physics, AC, DC, alternate current and direct current. So if teacher can physics, if a fan is running, how can you tell that it is running on AC or DC? I jawab nahi do. Unless you look at the battery or where the source is coming from, you cannot tell the fan is just a fan, it will go around. So, when you ask questions like this, when you ask any question that you ask, okay, when you ask questions, it just shows that you have a different mind. You have a different thing. It is not about being right or wrong. And yes, in my case, maybe I was being naughty by asking 1 or 2 of these questions, but it sometimes does make sense. Okay, so I know that in schools in Nagaland and probably in my age in schools in Himachal, and also probably most schools in the country, teachers don't encourage children to ask questions, and the students also don't ask questions. Okay, when you are not asking questions, you are a loser. You are a loser in life when you are not asking questions, because if you are not asking questions, you will not get the answers, right or wrong. Okay, I normally try to go to bed around 10:30, 10 in the night. Only be kiman der tak na hobo na to mobile loike na tuita tinta ani search kore thakibo. Why? Because my mind is working something and I want answers to something. Okay, so your inquisitiveness, your willingness to ask questions, I think we need to encourage this in society. If you ask questions, you are enhancing or improving the quality of discussion and dialogue in the society. Okay, and it is for this reason that when they came to me, I said yes, let us have it, and I said I will give you my PhD conference all free for this. I hope this is the first event that we are having. And I just hope that it is not restricted only to students. There is a lot of messaging which can go from anyone, from maybe me or from them, or even from some students to others. You know, your message, what are your requirements, what is your thinking, even from children. There is a lot of messaging which requires to take place. We have been benefited because we have been listening to a lot of people over a period of time. Your knowledge also is limited because you are just interacting either with your books or a few teachers that you have. Okay, your level of interaction is limited, and power in today is knowledge, nothing else. There is nothing which is more powerful than knowledge, and knowledge will only come through interaction with others, through asking questions. My younger daughter, she's older than you, she was very hesitant in school, and I have told this story many times in Nagaland also. She was very hesitant in school, very shy, she will not ask questions. And I used to tell her, I said, if you are asking a question, you are not a loser, you are a winner in life. Because if you ask questions in a class, even in a class, if you say in a class of physics or mathematics or English or something, any subject, you don't know anything and you request the teacher, sir, I don't know, or ma'am, I don't know, please, miss, I don't know, please, can you explain this? Don't think that you are the only one who doesn't know. There will be 20 other students in the class who don't know the answer, who don't understand this, but none of them has the guts to stand up and say, sir, I don't know, please explain. When you are asking a question, you are becoming a leader of all those 20 students who don't know. You understand what I am saying?
Yes.
It's small things. Your asking questions should not be taken as bad. And when you ask questions, it will improve your knowledge, it will improve the quality of the dialogue, it will put others on the back foot. So maybe if you ask some questions to me and I don't know, I say, I'm not supposed to know everything. Okay? But it improves the quality of dialogue and the knowledge that I have. Maybe if you ask some question and I say, I don't know, I go back and check in my internet what is the answer. It improves knowledge. So please don't hesitate to ask questions. I think Nagaland at this stage is, all societies are like this, but Nagaland is a society which is in a state of very fast-paced flux, dynamic flux. People are unable to understand, unable to factor in whether we are still tribals or we are modern, or whether we are Christians or we are tribals, whether we should do this or that. This always happens in life, but this is happening in Nagaland more because of historical reasons. Okay, and the answers to all this will all come from discussions and dialogue. If you restrict the dialogue, the answers will come late.
Good afternoon, sir. My question is, what are the educational qualification and the exams that are required to vote for an IPS officer, and how are the procedures of those exams?
See, the IAS, IPS and all this comes under the civil services. The only basic qualification required for that is graduation from a recognized university. After that, there is a series of examination which is in 3 parts. First is the preliminary, then the mains examination, and then the interview. The preliminary is multiple choice, mains examination is long answers, and the interview. These 3 are the things. You can choose from whatever subject that you want. There are multiple subjects which is listed on the site of the website of the UPSC. You can check. But I tell students in Nagaland, youngsters in Nagaland, the best way to prepare for the IPS exam or the civil services is not only after graduation. The best way to prepare is to keep yourself abreast of what is happening every day, even now. Okay. I wonder how many of you read any newspapers. And if you read newspapers, how many of you read newspapers which are other than Nagaland Post, Eastern Mirror, Morung Express, Nagaland Page only? Firstly, read newspapers, not just the Nagaland newspapers, because in the civil services they will not ask only about Nagaland. Okay. Watch some good TV channels. I'm not saying you agree with them, but just for the facts. Okay, that there has been a terrorist attack in Kashmir. You should know that a terrorist attack happened. Okay. Who did it, how it happened, those are different issues. But the fact that terrorist attack happened and say X number of people got killed is important. That Pope Francis died, say 2 days, 3 days back, you should know. Okay. A lot of people in Nagaland don't know all this. And I'm not saying just students. I'm saying even elderly people, people of my age, people who are in government servant, they know zero things about all this. And why I'm saying is, you need to start, I'm not saying preparing. You are not preparing now. I'm not asking you to start preparing now. You are too young for that. But imagine from say class 9 or 10, you are reading newspapers till so 9, 10, 11, 12, first, second year, third year. 7 years. If you keep studying for 7 years through newspapers, websites and other things, and you just start studying for these 7 years after graduation, which is more difficult? That is more difficult. No? Studying everything, trying to study everything at one go after graduation is more difficult as compared to keeping on doing it every day. So reading newspapers, keeping your general knowledge, not general knowledge as in your GK books and all, no. Just read newspapers, just find out facts. No, I don't know, my experience is, or my knowledge of Nagaland is that most parents in Nagaland don't allow their children to use mobile phones. How many of you have personal mobile phones? See, not even 30%. Not even 30%. And again, I'm not saying anything against your parents. But a mobile phone is a powerhouse, a knowledge house for you, a power-packed instrument of knowledge for you. Okay, if you don't have a mobile phone, you are losing out on information. You are losing out on doing something. For example, like a lot of what I do is I'm traveling from say Dimapur to Kohima in a car. I can't do anything, just open my mobile, and if I want to search for something, I'm using my time for improving my knowledge. No, small things. But if parents think that mobile waste for you, it also means they don't have trust in you. While they should have trust in you, but you should also do something to get their trust. So it works both ways. Okay, but you cannot think that you will acquire all the knowledge for civil services, for becoming an IPS in 1 year or 2 years. What you have lost in 7 years, it will take you 7 years. If you don't read newspapers, you will not get into civil services. It is very simple as that. Most people will just think that, for example, the biggest example for me, I'll just again a story, personal story. When I did my graduation, BA, 10th also, my father asked me, when I completed my 10th, my father asked me, what do you want to do? I said, politics. Oh, very good. So, how will you earn your living? As a youngster as of your age, no idea, na? तो पूरा भाग खाओ ना, तो idea नहीं, तो मामा पापा ना दिले खुशी कहानी, तो problem है. So in college, what subjects will you take? Next question is this. I have no idea about all this. I was foolish, no? So, is it science lovi? Normally arts lovi. ठीक है, so arts lovi तो you have to take mathematics. Maths तो ना लोगों वैसे. Then he said science lovi, science theory, non-medical subjects, math, physics, chemistry तो जैसे तो. The only choice left is chemistry, botany, zoology. Okay, I had no idea. So, but throughout my school, from class 8, 9 to college, I was regularly participating in quiz competitions and sports events. Regularly. Okay. Then after I did my graduation,
एक एक करो तो पॉलिटिक्स जाओ कोई जगह ना तो फॉर्म एक का एम आसे कोई तो जाओ लेकिन किने का जवाब ना जाने इसे भात किने का खाओ सेम आंसर सेम क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम मी एंड नो आंसर फ्रॉम मी MBA को भी
Thank you, sir. Sir, I have a question. What measures is the police department taking to control causes of extortion from the underground groups?
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. In fact, it reflects how the society thinks.
Right.
See, the problem with extortion is you can look at it from various angles. Okay? One is from the perspective of the ordinary citizen. I can tell you for sure, my understanding is that ordinary citizen is fed up. Okay, whether it is your parents, whether it is a government servant, whether it is a shopkeeper or a taxi driver, people are fed up. The other aspect is from my perspective, from the police department. We do a lot, we are trying to do a lot of things. Nagaland police has been very successful in combating extortion. But the problems that we face are firstly that the public is not willing to share information. That is the biggest problem. As a policeman, everybody thinks the policeman knows everything, which is not true. Policeman only knows what comes to his knowledge, what is brought to his knowledge. Okay, if you don't tell me, we will not come to know. If you tell me, we will come to know. So,
Thank you, Dr. for the answer. So my question is, why do many young people feel that speaking up against injustice leads to being targeted? And what can be done to protect whistleblowers or victims?
see, the first thing, as I said, the society has to learn to tolerate to the views of others. You have to start listening to others. This is culturally, it has to be built up. That you start to listen more and more to the other's point of view. Okay, so we have to listen more to people. People have to voice out, and people have to listen both ways. If I don't voice out, nobody knows there is a problem. Some of you would be having your younger brothers and children at home. If the child doesn't cry, the mother doesn't give him milk. This is what it is. So you have to cry, which you have to speak out. Okay. So if you don't speak out, people don't realize the problem. So the basic thing is people have to speak out. And when you come to victims, there are a lot of things which can be done to prevent the to safeguard the victims. Okay. There are some measures which are for some laws, say for example, crimes against women and children. There are already laws to prevent all this. Okay, so to hide the identity of the victims. So there are procedures in place, but things will, in this also for providing safety and security to the victims, things will only improve once we have more and more feedback. What are the problems? Say for example, one of the easiest things about victims is potentially everybody who is paying money to undergrounds for extortion is a victim. But potentially nobody tells us that he is a victim. So how do we improve things? We will only improve things if we know more. Okay, so that feedback is very important. If you give us feedback, I think things will change, things will improve faster. Yes, please.
Next one.
Sir, will Nagaland be able to survive by its own when there is a terrorist attack?
Yes. Firstly, there will probably not be any terrorist attack, but there will probably not be a terrorist attack. I think we should be able to survive. Say, if there is a nuclear blast or something, nobody will survive. Okay, but if there is a normal incident, people will survive. For that matter, I will say Nagaland is a very strong and a resilient society. Okay, it takes very short. The reaction time towards any disaster-like situation in Nagaland is very fast, and the reaction in most cases also very decent. Okay, the problem is that everybody starts taking law in his own hand. Every ward chairman, every village, everybody will start making his own rules. Like you are talking terrorist attack, but just compare it with COVID. Okay, the response was very good, very organized, but then every village and every ward will become his own boss, na? Right? So there are issues, but generally Nagaland will be able to manage any disaster fairly well, unless like something like this earthquake in Myanmar which happens and all buildings fall and we don't have roads or something to go. That's a worst case scenario. There nobody can do anything. Okay, but you should be able to manage given the size and population of Nagaland and also the population density. Say for example, in most places in Nagaland you will not expect things to go wrong, and even if something happens, the rate of casualties will be low because of the size of the population in the villages and interior areas will low. In urban areas like Kohima and Dimapur, if an incident happens, I'm not saying terrorism, if an incident happens, an urban area response is which should be the focus of all of us. Okay, but luckily in urban areas, the advantage is that enough police force and resources are there. So I don't think there should be any problem.
Yeah, we'll take one more.
Two more standing, one of them first. Three of them. Okay, ladies first.
These are really hard.
She got up the last, she got an approach.
Sir, you bring the DGP of Nagaland. How do you control the prevailing situation in Nagaland?
Being the DGP of Nagaland, how do you control the prevailing situation? That's the question.
I don't control anything. Honestly, I don't control anything. Okay, I cannot control everything also. Policing is probably more about understanding that most people are good. There are only some people in the society who are not good or who need to be tackled and who need to be taken care of. And it is those fringe elements or those people who are deviants, if I call it, okay. Those people who are deviants, those are the ones that we need to address. I cannot address anyone. Not only Nagaland police, no police anywhere can control everybody. But a lot of things don't sort of need attention. Okay, so I don't control things. Most of the things get controlled by themselves. But whenever it is required for us to intervene, then we are able to intervene.
Yeah, we'll take
two more. Yeah, these boys there.
So my question is that what policing strategies are being implemented to tackle specific crimes such as cybercrime?
To tackle cybercrime.
Okay. See, cybercrime is like any other crime, but it is a problem for some separate set of reasons. Sometimes this victims don't know what is happening. There is a crime, he doesn't even know that there is a crime which has happened against him. From our side, one of the problems that we face is a lot of people don't report the cyber crimes. All crimes, but even cyber crimes, most people don't report to us. Sometimes they are not aware of where to report. Sometimes they are themselves in a problem. Okay, say, I don't know whether you know of this or not. Sometimes you get these fake messages or those sex type messages. So if I open a message like this, which is called as sextortion. Sextortion means some sexually explicit material they will send or make your videos and then they will ask you for money. No, I am also not afraid. I am ashamed to go to the police. No, I am afraid of my image in this society. So people don't report. So what happens is some of these cyber criminals, especially the ones who are doing this sextortion part, they do the same tactic with many people. And if one person doesn't report, he thinks that he doesn't know that there are many other people who don't report. If many people are there and they all report, there will be a trend which we can find out and we can check that. But sadly this doesn't happen. We have very good capabilities, police capabilities, we have very good capabilities for investigation of cyber crimes. Even if we cannot do it, we can ask central agencies, they will help. Besides this, we go to a lot of colleges and schools for organizing lectures on cybercrime. Anyone of you want, or any school or college want, we can come to your schools and colleges. We have our Twitter, Facebook and other social media handles where we try to share messages with the public, mostly prevention and what procedure to be done. We also have groups of WhatsApp group with village councils and all, where we give preventive messages to them. So more is about prevention. The investigation of cybercrime, as I said, like all other crimes, it is mostly when people tell us there is a crime taking place, and for that we have decent things, decent infrastructure to handle it. Yes.
Okay, we'll take the last one.
Sir, my question is, how does one build a mindset of discipline, service, and how to face failures and challenges in our life?
The mindset. The mindset of a high achiever. That's what it's basically.
Very difficult one. I think you should know what you want to do in life. If you know what you want to do in life, what you achieve in life, and you are focused on what you want to achieve in life, you will start finding methods to do it, methods to work towards that direction. The second thing is, like I was giving my example, say I did not know what to do, but then you should know what you can do and what you cannot do. For example, in my case, I knew I could not do mathematics, so I just left the mathematics aside. But I knew I could do the rest. Okay, so knowing your own capabilities is also very important in life, to be an achiever or to be a failure. If you know you cannot do it, say I know hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people who will prepare for the IPS and IAS and civil services, and you talk to them for 5 minutes, you will realize that no, you can understand, he doesn't understand. So that is where it becomes very important. You should know that you cannot do it. If you cannot do it, you are just wasting your time and energy. You can the same energy you can use in a better direction. For example, as I told you in my MBA exam, I knew I cannot do mathematics. I used that energy for English and got best marks in English. So you have to be focused and find out for yourself, decide for yourself how you can do things better.
Yeah, so that's it.
Thank you.
This is the fun segment, okay? And we have some gift hampers. We have some free gift hampers. We have some giveaways. So let's say now if you're listening to the lecture of our DGP, so we've got some questions. Who sang the song Nagaland City Guri Bole? Which local artist sang the song? Right. Yeah. One gift. Yeah. You will receive the gift hamper. Okay. What is the full form of IPL? Anyone?
Sir, Indian Premier League.
Good. Yeah, there you go. Who is the first Chief Minister of Nagaland? The first Chief Minister of Nagaland. Anybody? Huh? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's. Anybody can. Yes, okay. Yeah. Okay. Is the DGP, our DGP, vegan or non-vegan?
Vegan.
Wow. Who stood up first? Who? Yeah. Please, to the lady. This might be the toughest of them all. Who is the current DGP of Nagaland?
Rupin Sharma.
Yeah, take it out again. Okay. So with that, we will wind up today's lecture. And favorite local artist. Who will? Muku Koza, okay.
Not Dreams Unlimited.
Yeah, well, Muku Koza fan right there. Okay. So that's it. That ends. I would like to say a few thank yous to our sponsors. I would like to thank our DGP for his time. I would like to thank the Directorate of Information Technology and Communications Department. I would like to thank our beverage partners, United Traders, the press and media fraternity, and Nagaland Police for providing us their facility. And last but not the least, the principal, staff, and beautiful students audience of Bethel Higher Secondary School. Without none of you, this would have been possible. So a big thank you to all of you. Let's give it up for everyone. A big round of applause. With that, we have concluded the lecture series. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll take leave. I have to attend also. So, see you. Bye bye.
I'm surprised that the news is a Mokokoza segment.